Zah, welcome to Property Insights, mate.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you
Long
for having
time
me.
since I've seen you. Are you seeing much more in your research? Are you finding population migration into places like Southeast Queensland and in particular, north of Brisbane? But are you seeing people flock up those places?
Yeah, so we're seeing it every day, right? And obviously the data shows it as well. The net migration in terms of coming from Melbourne and Sydney is just continuously increasing to Southeast Queensland. I think the migrants are coming here, like you said, to Sydney and Melbourne because that's all they know. But the locals are sort of going, well, I know the market. I'm seeing, for example, that Randwick and Fig Tree comparison. I'll sell the house here for $4 million, go and buy a Fig Tree Pocket for $2 million, right? And have $2 million tax free to live off. I mean, that's probably more for the wealthy people, but even for the guys that are just getting started in the working class, it sort of makes a lot of sense to go up there. And there's jobs up there, Mark.
I was going to say, because the assumption of there is that I can get a job up there. I mean, let's say I'm not retired and I'm in my 40s, whatever. I still need a job, but the assumption is that there's a job up there. So are you saying that, there's, because before there wasn't as many jobs in Brisbane, bottom line, and people stayed here in Sydney or Melbourne because that's where the jobs are, most of the jobs. Are you seeing a change, a lifestyle change in terms of jobs? In other words, and because people work from home a lot more as well.
Yeah, so the guys that can work from home, they're sort of thinking, well, why do I stay here, right?
Totally.
Like, why would I pay $1,200 a week for a 2-bedroom apartment when I can pay $600-700 a week up north, right? And the same goes for tradesmen. Like, you can't get a tradie Southeast Queensland. I actually think they're getting paid more than doctors and lawyers up there.
Yeah.
There's a massive shortage, and I guess that comes down to a majority of factors like, the government spending so much on infrastructure and it's pulling them away from the private work and all of that sort of thing. But the money's there, right? So I guess there are certain industries where, you might not find a job as easily. That could be something like finance and all of that sort of thing. But, generally speaking, tradies are getting paid the best up there right now. I wish I could turn back time and become a tradesman.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know what it's. The building and finding a tradesman who's competent and can build for a price that's affordable anywhere north of Ballina is like nearly impossible. Like if they can start, they'll say, "Oh, well, I'll do it in a year's time. I can start a year's time." I mean, the amount of flow of jobs that they got is crazy. And as a result of that, they just charge you whatever they can. And as a result of they're making shitloads of money. And as a result of that, as you say, if I'm a young guy and I'm in Sydney and I'm a carpenter or I'm a plumber or electrician, I would absolutely go up to Southeast Queensland and I earn more money. It's cheaper to live up there. And probably the weather's better.
Yeah, it's a better lifestyle.
It's a better lifestyle.
Right. And if, like you said, if you're in your 40s, you're probably raising a family as well. The schools are really good up there. And it's much more relaxed, and the
Less
hustle,
traffic, the whole thing.
Yeah, like the hustle and bustle of Sydney. Like I'm a new father now, and I can feel it. It's hard to spend time with your family because you're constantly working and you're fighting through traffic and you're dealing with stressed out people. So it is very attractive. But going back to what you said about, finding a tradie, which has impacted our ability to price up projects profitably, which on a larger scale, we collaborate with a lot of developers in Australia, some of the best ones. And the general consensus is it's insanely hard to price up a project to get it profitable so they can sell it, which means there's no supply.
Which means prices are going to continue to go up.